Good evening, all. We are going to be streaming the SMARC TechNet. Tom will be your net control. So hopefully everybody will enjoy the stream. Um, Add comments. There'll be a live chat going on as well. So let's try to build this channel up. I'm going to start doing so. I got a video I'm going to drop for unboxing of a Retivus video radio that I was sent for. Excuse me. That I was sent for do a review on, and then I'm also going to start doing some training videos. Probably going to do an all-star setup video first. Once I get the video up that kind of explains my channel, everybody can actually start putting in the comments what they'd like to see on the channel. We'll see if I can grow the channel, see if it actually helps ham radio operators out there. So other than that, guys, we will start. Well, I'm drawing a blank tonight. It's been a long weekend. Went to the Joplin Ham Fest this weekend. Was there Friday and Saturday. Me and my buddy Ron had a table done there. I actually brought something home from there. Probably the first time I've brought anything home from there. So, about probably about $170 amp that I got for $35 to work with my HTs when I'm mobile. Other than that, everybody, we will stand by for the stream, and hopefully everybody enjoys it. All right, folks, we're about a minute away from start of the net, so I will get back quiet, and hopefully everybody enjoys it. If you like what you're seeing, give it a like, and please follow me not only here, but also
Good evening, everybody. This is KC0NSC Tom over here in North Springfield with the Sunday Night Tech Net, brought to you by the members of the Southwest Missouri Amateur Radio Club. This is a rag chew net. It's done in roundtable format. Everyone gets 3 opportunities to share comments. I do have somewhat of a suggested topic tonight, although not absolutely all we could talk about. But last week I was looking at one of those Chinese radios, honestly hoping that it would do 220, but alas, it will only receive on 220, won't transmit on 220. But I saw that one of the dedicated formats that it has is slow scan television, SSTV. And that intrigued me. I looked at some Yahoo vids about it and such, and then I decided to go and get reviews. And that radio has some of the worst reviews for a $500 radio I ever saw in my life. So I wouldn't invest in it, but I wonder what is needed to do SSTV. We'll start tonight with N0KKB, Harold out in Battlefield. Your comments?
KC0NSC, N0KKB, out here in Battlefield. Yeah, thanks for coming back and getting me there. Comments about slow scan TV? I know nothing about it at all. I read a little about it in the past, but that's about as much as I can offer there. And you heard me a while ago messing with some Baofeng. My friend ours just call them barfings, Baofeng. So anyway, that's all my comments for right now. Back to you, KC0NSC and 0KKB.
All right, Harold. I forgot to do something. Is there anyone out there who has an announcement of interest to the TechNet or of interest to amateur radio? Please come now.
I imagine you directed that towards me, KC6GAE.
Well, since you're doing live stream, I think you ought to tell folks where to get it at.
All right, Tom. Yeah, everybody, I am live streaming the net, so if you want to hear yourself how you sound on the radio, you can go to KE6GA, the Hillbilly Hams YouTube channel, and you'll be able to see the stream and hear yourself back on it. Back to net control, KE6GA.
All right, thanks, David, and thanks for doing that. We'll continue on to KA0STM. Steve, welcome aboard. Thanks for checking in.
Good evening. Tom, hang on a minute. I got many other stuff that overloads when I transmit. Well, gotta say I'm sort of with it, but not yet. So, surviving, and that's about it. I do need to be one and done, but I'll be listening. So, thanks for running the net, Tom. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Steve. Nice to have you aboard tonight. We'll come back at you for additional comments. Next on my list is Kevin, N0KTM. How are you tonight?
Well, good morning. Yeah, that's how I am. Good evening, Tom, and everybody on the net. This is N0KTM over here in East Springfield. I'm doing well tonight. Had a relatively easy Sunday. Had a great church service this morning, and took it easy this afternoon. Played with a few things here and there, and now I'm here on the net. Slow scan TV. I don't know what That is, it's got to be something here. I don't know. To play with some things. Anyway, early on when I had my shack upstairs, I did play a little bit with SSTV receiving, not transmitting. I just took the audio out of my Kenwood TS570 and fed it into a program, and I don't even remember what the program is now, and downloaded some SSTV that was happening. I think it was 20 meters, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong about that. But I'm pretty sure it was 20 meters. So, and that's about as far as I got with it. At that time, I did not have a camera, so I couldn't do much of anything. Although I guess you can turn some EPSs or some other form of still and send it out. But I didn't mess with it any further than that. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So that's about it for the first round here. I'm going to turn it back to you, Tom. This is N0 KTM. Back to KC0NSC Net Control.
All right, Kevin, thanks for those comments. I do have a question. Since you're the only person that so far that has claimed to do SSTV, did you get many replies? Is it a popular mode these days on ham radio or not?
I did not transmit any, so I didn't get any replies. I was just receiving.
I got you. So, how many stations do you think you received?
Oh, probably half a dozen at most. It wasn't very long that I was messing with it, so and I don't know why I didn't. I didn't pursue it any further because I didn't think I had the capability to do anything like that. So I hadn't messed with FT8 yet, I don't think. So I think that's where I went, was from there to FT8.
All right, very good. I'm encouraged. If you received half a dozen different stations, there must be a few people that are quite interested in that mode. Thanks, Kevin. We'll catch you on the second go-around. Next on the list, KQ0Q. Hey, Lance.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. I used to do slow scan TV. It's on a single frequency. I think at 20 meters, and it goes all the time. It's kind of like FT8. You know, there's always something going on in FT8. The slow scan 20 meter things. I don't know. Maybe not at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I wouldn't be surprised. It's just always going. So it's if you haven't experienced, it'd probably be fun. But you know, the pictures that you get, some of them are QSL cards, some of them are cartoon cards, some of them are kind of risque. And you can send anything you want, you know. But the software that you use, I don't know if they have any updated ones. The old ones were almost DOS based, and so I don't know what's currently available. It might be the same old programs. But you're going to have to do it with the computer. So you pretty much are locked into being connected to your computer to do it. I don't see how it could be done any other way. So, of course, FT8, you're locked into a computer too. Even though some radios decode that, that'd be interesting, I guess. But I don't think you're going to send anything without a computer. Anyway, it's fun for a while, and I enjoyed it while I did it, and but I haven't done it in 10 years or more. That's for me this round. KC0NSC, KQ0Q.
All right, Lance, thanks for those comments, for sure. We'll catch you on the second round. We're going to skip Marvin. He wanted to be one and done, so we will go now to, oh, wait a minute. We got to pick up KE6GAE, Dave, out in Rogersville. Take your turn before I skip you.
KC0NSC and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Yeah, I thought you were just going to go right on past me, Tom. That's okay. I'm easy to forget. I'm just a dummy in the corner. Went to the Joplin Hamfest this weekend. Me and my buddy Ron in one FRZ had a table down there. I picked up a Mirage B35 UHF VHF amp so I can use with my HT mobile in the wife's car so I can get a little more than 5 watts. He picked up a 7300 that was brand new for $700. So it was a good weekend for him. Other than that, don't have a whole lot for this first round of the net. So we'll pass it back to Net Control. Remember, everybody, I am streaming, so if you want to hear yourself, come on over to my YouTube channel. KE6GAE, back to Net Control.
All right, thanks for that. Yeah, I hope everybody had fun at that Hamfest. I don't get to go, so I only attend vicariously. I have my proxies. We'll catch you in the second round there, David, and we'll go now to KF0RAU. Josh?
Good evening, KC0NSC and the rest of the net. Thanks for hosting the net tonight. Not much to report down here in Sparta. Did not get to go to Joplin to the Hamfest this weekend. I had to go down to my hunting camp and continue prepping for deer season. Opens up in a couple weeks, so just getting some last minute work done and looking forward to getting into hunting season this year. That's about all I got for this first round. I will send it back to Net Control.
All right, Josh. Yeah, I hope you get a deer. Thanks for being on. Thanks for your comments. We'll catch you on the second round. Next is KC0WSE, Bob, out in Republic.
Well, good evening, Tom and the net. I am coming to you by way of a brand new radio that I was down at the Joplin Hamfest. I specifically went down there to get a new Yaesu that is capable of fusion, and because I wanted a base rather than having to depend on my HT, which was the only other radio that I had that would do fusion. So I now am a proud owner of an FTM 200DR, capable of 50 watts, and I should have hopefully a rock-solid connection into the repeaters now. There for a while, I was beginning to think I had a broke one, but Dave kind of helped me out on that. It just sometimes takes two people to know when these silly things are working. Somebody to speak and then somebody to hear you. And that's what we needed. I was concerned because I couldn't pick it up on my HT, but I was just desensing it. So hopefully I can get this thing all figured out. And of course, like with any good ham, when you get a new radio, then you have to kind of rearrange things in your shack. So I spent the afternoon doing that. But it wasn't a serious rearrange. I just cleaned up some cables. So other than that, slow scan TV. Yeah, I kind of played with that a little bit many, many years ago. Have kind of threatened to get back into it. Basically, all you need is a connection to a sound card and your transceiver. And, if you do FT8 or any digital mode, you've got that. And then the software necessary, which mine is labeled MMSSTV. I'm assuming it still works. I haven't tried it in a long time. Other than that, that's all for this round. I'll catch you on the next one, KC0WSE.
Okay, Bob. Yeah, you're right at the threshold of being too loud. It's a good radio. I'm glad you found your gratification. And we'll catch you on the second round. Thanks for checking in. Coming up here is NE0B. Dave.
Good evening, everybody. Nothing new here. Spent most of the day trying to work out in the garden. We're still harvesting things, getting weeds out. We got all of a quarter of an inch of rain the other night, which was actually a surprise, and we really needed more than that. But I don't have anything else for anybody. We'll catch everybody on the next round, perhaps. NE0 will be back to.
All right, Dave, thanks for your comments. Thanks for checking in. We'll catch you on the second round. Next, we have KC0NSC Marvin out in Battlefield.
KC0NSC, KC0NSC. Good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is. Good day. Nothing going on here. I've never tried any of the digital modes. I think that was the topic. I think it'd be kind of cool, but I just don't have the capital to invest in more radio equipment at this point in time. Just kind of frugal like that. I just don't want to spend more money on it, but nothing new going on here. Just got back from Tennessee last week and wasn't able to check in Sunday night, but I'm back now, so you're stuck with me again. KE0ZKM, back to net. Thanks, Tom, for running the net.
All right, Marvin. I can understand the frugal. I live on a limited income myself, and so it's a little rough sometimes to have a hobby that people habitually buy more and more and more. I can't do that, so I well understand that. Thing about how's it feel to want. Yep, that's true. Thanks for being on. We'll catch you on the second round. And you're at the bottom of my list, and we're at the bottom of the first round. Is there anyone out there that would like to check in over the air? This is KC0NSC. Please come now.
KF0KUA.
Okay, Bob, take it away. KF0KUA.
Yeah, this is Bob, KF0KUA, Southeast Springfield. And good to hear you on there tonight, Tom. Appreciate you running the net. And I hear what you're saying about the expenditures associated with ham radio, but hey, it's you can almost get a tin can and a long wire and get some of it done. So that's another great thing about ham radio. So, of course, you can go at whatever level you want. And I'm going to be one and done today, but listening in the background because they got some stuff going on around here. But this is KF0KUA. Back over to the net. 73.
Okay, thanks for checking in, Bob, and I have you appropriately marked as one and done. And once again, we're at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for on-air check-ins. Please come now.
If you're watching the stream in your local.
All right, not hearing any, we'll go back up to the top of the list and start our second round, and that takes us to N0 KKB Harold out in Battlefield.
Yeah, KC0NSC N0 KKB here in Battlefield, still hanging out there. Hello to Marvin, too, out there in Battlefield, down the street from me, so I mentioned that. But anyway, I have not much else to report here. I've also picked up another little ICOM handheld radio. I don't know much about it. I'm studying about it. It's a V86 or something like that. But anyway, that's kind of something to occupy my time with. So other than that, this here radio is a new one for me. It's a Yaesu, and I've got my Kenwood. Usually I'm talking on, but I've enjoyed this, and not much excitement. One of the ropes on my inverted V over there broke yesterday, and I had to replace that, so that's not too exciting. But it is when it's down. But anyway, back to you there. KC0NSC and 0KKB.
All right. Yeah, chasing antenna problems. That's just a necessary thing we often have to do. Thanks, Harold. We'll go now to KA0SPM. Steve.
Well, Tom, I think just because you got me, this will be my last. But the slow scan TV, if you've successfully done FT8, it's almost exactly the same as far as audio in, as far relating to power out. So, if you've done FT8, it's the same. I don't know about Windows software, but I do run Linux. There's a good software for that. It's effective. It works. It'll even do the digital slow scan, which is interesting on its own. So anyway, back to you, Tom. And 73 KA0SPM.
All right, Steve. And I've got you marked. Thanks for your additional comments. And thanks for checking in. We'll catch you next time. N0 KTM, Kevin.
All right, Tom, and everybody on the net. This is N0 KTM over here in East Springfield. Thanks, Tom, for running the net tonight. Appreciate it. Yeah, indeed, I was running that. I think at that time the computer was probably Windows 10. The one up there now is Windows 11, but I'm pretty sure I was running on my Windows 10 machine. And like I said, I do not remember the name of the program. I don't even know if it's on this. This is the same computer I've got down in the shack now, but it has been completely reconstituted with a solid-state drive and some other things, extra memory and stuff. So I'd have to do some research and look and see if it's even still there. So anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun to mess with. Like I said, I only did receive. I didn't send anything out. But yeah, there was quite a bit of activity, and again, that was I think I've had the shack down here for at least a year, so it's probably been at least a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago that I was messing with it. So anyway, I'm going to turn it back to you, Tom. This is N0 KTM. Back to KC0NSC net control.
All right, Kevin, thanks for those additional comments. We'll catch you on the 73 round. And we'll go now to KQ0Q.
Okay. Yeah, as far as close scan goes, I don't have anything more to add. I do remember that MMTV whatever software program, so that's the one I used as well. And a simple Google thing for slow scan TV will pretty much show you what your options were. I ran it on Windows. The only thing I've ever run in my life is Windows, so if I did it, it was a Windows program. But I'm sure there's options for Linux and maybe for Mac. Who knows? But Mac wouldn't do me any good because I've struggled with it. And
I can't get it. I know KMRD, he's a religious promoter of the Mac operating system and shuns all Windows. But anyway, that's kind of a racist attitude, I would think, There's all colors out there, so. Anyway, that's it for me this time. Nothing more to add except that 3 new radios announced at maybe the world's largest ham fest, which wasn't in Joplin, but was in Tokyo this weekend. So, if anybody went to the Tokyo one, tell us about it. Speak up. So, that's it for me this time. KC0NSC, KQ0Q.
All right, Lance, thanks for your additional comments. We'll catch you on the 73 round. Next on my list is KE6GAE. David?
KC0NSC, the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. And yeah, I haven't really done anything with slow scan, but Steve pretty much give you quite a bit of the information on it. And what I do know about it, it's pretty easy to get set up if you've done FT8. Lance talking about those radios. Yeah, ICOM released their X60. It's called the 7760. And it's going to be about a $6,000 radio. I do like how they set it up. They're kind of going after flex is I think what they're doing, like me and Lance talked about earlier. I'm intrigued by Yaesu's answer to the IC705, and I'm definitely can't wait for Kenwood's new mobile to come out. Other than that, that's about all we got for this round, so we'll pass it back to Net Control. KE6GAE, back to Net Control.
All right. Thanks there, David. We'll catch you on the 73 round. And I go now to KF0RAU. Josh?
Thank you, KC0NSC. This is KF0RAU. Yeah, obviously as a new ham, haven't yet delved into very much outside of these weekly nets. I remember reading about the SSTV when I was studying for my technicians, but I don't have any experience firsthand with it. Haven't got into any of the digital stuff, obviously, either yet. So, but to that end is I saw on the SMARC website that there is a form you can fill out for potentially getting an Elmer. Does anybody know if that form is the best way, or if it's even still a viable option through the website to find an Elmer who can maybe help me out and just kind of show me some things as I progress into this new hobby. So if anybody could give me a hand with that, I would greatly appreciate it. And that's all I have for this round. So I will pass it back to KC0NSC and Net Control. This is KF0RAU.
Thanks, Josh. I don't know about the Elmer program. Is there anybody else on the repeater tonight that does know something about that? Okay, let's try to get some information for you, Josh. I didn't even know the program was there. I'm remiss in that respect, but don't give up. Thanks for your comments. It will go now to KC0WSC. Go ahead.
Okay, just as a quick, does this sound better to you?
I would have to hear you talk for a while.
Okay. Well, I made a slight adjustment to the mic. My wife says I'm kind of a loudmouth, so I turned the gain down on it. So we'll just have to see if that works. I also lowered the power a little bit. I looked at it and found out it was running high power. So I knocked that down to medium. And hopefully I'll figure this thing all out and get it tuned up properly. But so far as the topic, I think I've already given you that information. And so far as an Elmer, come to the club meetings. And I don't know, if that program is actually still valid or not, but come to the club meetings, ask anybody that's there, and I'm quite sure if that person doesn't know, they can probably take you to somebody that does. And just think of it in terms as a big group of people, all of them more than willing to help you learn what you need to learn. And hopefully it stays that way. So anyway, that's all for this round. Let me know how I sound. KC0WSE.
All right, Bob. Thanks for those comments. And thanks for helping Josh out a little bit there. We'll go now to NE0B, Dave.
Good evening to everybody. This is Dave, NE0B. I have a little request. If Bob, WSE, and Steve, you're sounding good tonight, by the way, Steve. If you could stick around after the net for just a few minutes, I have a couple of questions for you. Back to net, NE0B.
All right, Dave. I forgot to tell you, Bob, you do sound better this time around. So, yeah, maybe you were on top of the microphone there a little bit. And high power, you don't need that. It's a good repeater. Thanks, Dave. We'll move on. We'll catch you on the 73 round. Next is KC0NSC Marvin out in Battlefield.
Thanks again, Tom, for running the net. KC0NSC here. Good evening, Harold. If we're living so close together, we're going to have to get together one day for something. At least, a cup of soda or something. We keep passing each other. I keep seeing you, but I never stop by, never call you. Sorry. Anyway, I work and I come home. And that's pretty much all I do. I don't really have anything else for the net. Just recommendation for Josh. Right here, you've got 5 or 6 good Elmers that's more than happy to answer any question you have. This is my Elmers group right here, the club. So if you have questions, ask. Also, make sure you look at the chat. KC0NSC, back to net.
All right, Marvin, thanks for those comments. Thanks for being here. We'll catch you in the 73 round. And we'll move on to a new check-in. KF0KRZ. Curtis, what do you have for the net?
Well, hey there. Thank you, Tom, for running things tonight. I kind of got distracted a little bit and didn't log in till the second round, but made the second round. So, anyways, just haven't heard all the conversations here. Just been on a couple minutes. So, looks like if you ever looking for any information on ham radio, there's always 5 or 10 or a couple dozen things on YouTube. There's little clips of about everything on that, and some of them are lengthy and some of them are short, and get a little background of about everything there. I kind of listen to those in the background at work sometimes when I'm getting tired of listening to all the political stuff, so put on one of those and just listen. So anyways, I'll sign out for round 2. We'll catch you on the next round. KF0KRZ.
All right, Curtis, thanks for checking in. Even if you're late, at least you got to make some comments, and there will be the 73 round. So stand by. Now, that's the bottom of the second round, and it's the bottom of the list. This is KC0NSC, and I'm looking for over-the-air check-ins. Please come now.
Kilo Echo 0, November Hotel Lima.
Heather, how are you tonight?
I'm actually doing all right. Kind of got two different things going on here. Had to get some stuff done on 40 meter side as well. Mike's got a net that he likes getting into on Sunday nights, and they do a 40 meter side, and they're on the 20 meter side now. So he's coming in really weak on 20, but he came in really strong on 40. So we can very rarely hear him on 20, but everybody else that's talking, I can hear them without any problem. It might just be due to the distance as well, and the band changes throughout the day and the night. But other than that, it's been a pretty good day. Looking forward to the rest of the week and kind of seeing what that brings. I do have an interview tomorrow, so we'll see what actually comes out of that. And I may have an offer, I may not, but at least it's good to start getting calls for interviews.
Well, good luck on your interview. I'll be thinking about you. Thanks for checking in, Heather, and we'll catch you on the 7-3 round. Once again, the bottom of the list. Is there anyone out there that would like to make an over-the-air check-in? Please come now. Okay, we're going to go back up to the top of the list and start our 7-3 round. And that takes us to N0KKB. Harold?
KC0NSC and 0KKB here. Not much to report there, but I was going to mention to Marvin, and I keep my car in the garage, so stop by anytime. I may be home, so always welcome here. So, yeah, we do. We live about maybe a half a mile apart. Anyway, always good talking to when we did there, and I'm not as busy now as I was when my wife, when she was sick. So anyway, that's about all I got to report here, Tom. Just really interested in to hear all the good comments there, and so appreciate you doing the net. I really do. That's been a really nice thing to do. I do check in sometimes on the awful ugly 3855 at night, but reception tonight didn't sound too good, so I'm going to lay off of that. But anyway, back to you there, and everybody have a good week. KC0NSC and 0KKB.
All right, Harold, thanks for all your comments. Thanks for being aboard. We'll hope to hear from you next week. N0KKB 73 from KC0NSC in the group. We go now to N0KTM, Kevin.
Hopefully my audio's doing okay. I hear a little bit of scratchy in the background on my headphones, so definitely have to look into that and see where in my audio chain that's getting in. I don't know if it's RF getting in or what, but anyway, one of these days I'll get inspired and start tracking it down. As far as Elmering, I am really new to this hobby, fairly new to this hobby, and I found that going to the Tech Day out of Jordan's was probably the best thing that I did. Meeting people that knew a whole lot more than I did and were absolutely wonderfully willing to help me out with things and to take me under their wing. So I would suggest that. I'm not sure when the next Tech Day is going to be, but I think that would be a great way to go. Or, like somebody mentioned, come to a meeting. We're always happy to talk about the hobby and to share our knowledge, and that's how I've gotten to where I am in the hobby today. So, anyway, hopefully everybody is going to be doing well this week with the heat and humidity coming back. everybody watch out if you're outside, stay hydrated, and use sunscreen. So with that said, I'm going to say 73, everybody, and turn it back to you, Tom. This is N0KTM, back to KC0NSC, net control 73.
All right, Kevin, nice to have you aboard tonight. Thanks for all of your comments. I did see a weather report. I don't know how closely the weather guessers are to fact, but Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all three are slated to be very hot. I think it's supposed to cool down by Thursday, so take care of yourselves. I don't get by with the heat very well, so I just kind of have to stay hidden here in the basement of Doom and Pepsi-Cola in order to stay protected. N0KTM 73 from KC0NSC in the group, and we'll go now to Lance, KQ0Q, your 7-3 round.
Alrighty, good deal. Well, I don't have much to add. I think all the comments on the Elmering were right on. You know, I think some of the habits of the older days have gone by, especially with YouTube. There's just, you know, anything you want to know, if you Google on YouTube, you're going to find it there. Now, there are some things that are easier to talk about on this net. I think we helped Robert a little bit with his radio selection last week, and that's something you're not going to get from a YouTube. And but like said before, you know, you have a question, ask it on this net, ask it on the 10-meter net. Probably don't have that, but you know, ask it at field day. Come to the meetings. I don't know. I think that's probably you know, your best option. Let's put it that way. Anyway, thanks for running the net. And KC0NSC. This is KQ0Q, and I'll turn it back to you.
All right, Lance. That's the idea. As far as ham radio operators go, I think they're the biggest sharing group out there. Always some information to share, and reach out to your neighbors. That's just goes with the territory. We'll catch you next time. KQ0Q73 from KC0NSC in the group. Next on the list is KE6GAE, David out in Rogersville.
KC0NSC and the rest of the net. This is KE6GAE. Yeah, Josh, I'm always willing to help. If I don't know, I can pretty much find somebody that would know. All I can do is send me an email at my call sign at hotmail.com. But like they said, come to the meetings. There's quite a few. That all you got to do is ask questions, and somebody will get you the answer. Somebody will help you out with what you needed. Other than that, I want to thank everybody. Tell everybody have a good week next week. Say 73 to everybody. And Tom, once again, thanks for doing the net. And we'll pass it back to net control. K6GAE, back to net control.
All right, Dave, you have a fine one. Thanks for being on. KE6GAE 73 from KC0NSC. We'll go now to KF0RAU. Josh?
Yeah, I appreciate all the comments on the Elmer and the grouping, and just I appreciate all the offers for help. I'm not a technical person. I'm not an engineer or a software developer or anything like that. I'm a mechanic, so there's just a lot of the jargon and the lingo that kind of, I understand it theoretically to a certain point, but a lot of it goes over my head. which is probably normal. It's just frustrating for me on a personal level that I don't understand everything all at once. So it's been a thing that's plagued me most of my adult life, the quest for continuing knowledge. But I appreciate it. Appreciate all the help in the comments. Like I said, I'll be at the meetings, and as things arise, I will bring them up on this net for sure. Studying for my generals currently, so hopefully by the next meeting in the middle of September, I'll be ready to take my test, so I can open up a whole new can of worms for myself to try and figure out. But other than that, I think that's about all I got for this round. Hope everybody has a great week. Miss Heather, hope you have good luck on your interview. Hope everything goes the way that you hope it does, and I'll keep you in my prayers. And with that, I'll pass it back to Net Control. Like I said, everybody have a good week. 73, this is KF0RAU, back to Net Control.
All right, Josh. KF0RAU, thanks for being on. We'll catch you next time. Remember, the only stupid question is the one you didn't ask. Josh in Sparta. 7-3 again, good night. We'll catch you later on. KC0WSE, Robert out in Republic. Go ahead, Bob.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you one complaint about this Yaesu. The volume control is on the wrong side of the radio. It's between the VFO and the volume. They're totally flipped from what I've been using for the last 10 years. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. But anyway, what else did I have to say? I thought of something, and I'm getting old and now I forgot. Yeah, Dave, I'll hang around, no problem. And, okay, just went brain dead. Anyway, yeah, Tom, thanks for running the net tonight, and you've done a great job. So, 73s to everybody on that net, KC0WSE.
All right, Dave. I got two Yaesus here, one HF rig and one VHF, UHF rig, and both of them, you have to know where the volume control is. Intuitively, you would think it would be the first knob, but it's not. It's the third. So Yaesu has a habit of making things a little different. I don't know. NE0B, 7-3 from KC0NSC. I hope I got that right. No, I think it was KC0WSC 7-3. NE0B, do you still have a turn?
I do. Thank you, Tom. Thanks for running the net. I want to echo all the Elmering suggestions. This hobby is one of the most, I won't call it a social thing, but it's a friend thing. I see, Josh, you're out of town. I would be happy to give you a tour of my station here. It ain't the most pretty. I'll admit to that. It's down in the basement. But I've been doing this for a long time. I got my first license in 1961, and I've forgotten probably an awful lot. But I'm an electrical engineer, although I spent my whole life at 60 hertz as a utility guy, so that doesn't help me much when I'm talking UHF, VHF, and all that stuff. But if you would like to stop by, if you find yourself coming to Springfield someday, give me a, I don't know how you get a hold of me. We're going to have we'll have updated phones and such on the website. Let's see, what else did I have here? Oh, thank you, Tom, also for highlighting the people that are up next. It really helps me because I'm old and it takes me a long time to associate faces and voices with call signs, and I really want to do that, and it really helps me to see the call sign of who's talking, and thank you for doing that tonight. So back to Net Control, NE0.
right, Dave. Yeah. My only problem is with my poor vision, if I take my eyes off the screen, I might skip somebody, so I got to be very careful. I apologize. NE0B 73 from KC0NSC and the group. And we'll go to Marvin in Battlefield, KE0ZKM.
KE0ZKM. Thank you, Tom, for running the net. Question, being I was not around last weekend for the meeting, is there somewhere where the officers have been posted or something that's up to date, like the website, Facebook, anything like that?
Well, being somewhat of an insider, I got texted the information. I don't know if they posted it on the website or not. Does anyone else on here know?
Not yet.
So there you go. It's something that needs to be done. There are new officers, and they're trying to play catch-up. That is to be expected. It's a complicated set of circumstances for sure. So keep your eyes and ears open. You'll eventually hear something. Thanks for being on, Marvin. KE0ZKM. Have a fine one. We'll catch you next time. 7-3 from KC0NSC in the group. And we'll go now to Curtis, KF0KRZ. Go ahead, Curtis.
Okay, well, thank you, Tom. Well, I'm kind of dishing up my food, listening on Run Radio in the house. I run out to the heavy-duty hand station here, the Jeep, and make my contact. So anyways, thanks for running things tonight. Sounds like, warm week coming up here, but maybe one more, and maybe by Labor Day we'll have some regular weather, let's hope. But anyways, thank you again, Tom. KF0KRZ for the 73 round.
All right, Curtis. Great to have you on. We'll catch you next time for sure. Have a fine one. KF0KRZ 73 from KC0NSC. Heather, KE0NHL, it's your turn for the 73 round.
Yeah, not really too much to add, although, like I said, kind of looking forward to the week and seeing what it holds. I've got the interview tomorrow, and got some appointments coming up this week, but we will see what happens. I've got my new lenses are in for my glasses, so I've got that coming around as well. So got to get those cut Tuesday, and we will see what happens from there. As far as the officers, I'm not really sure whether there's been any postings on anything as of yet. Last time I was on the website, they still had the old stuff on there, so not real sure on that. But I know the people that were elected for right now are just temporary until the election in December, mostly so we actually have a board at this point. But we will see what happens along the way. KE0NHL, back to net.
All right. Thanks for being on, KE0NHL, Heather and Clever. Have a fine week. Man, that interview, I hope you do great. 7-3 from KC0NSC in the group. That takes us to the bottom of the list. Is there anyone who would like to make a last-minute check-in before I close the net? All right. It sounds pretty quiet out there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and close this net. It's been fun. I've certainly enjoyed it. And nice to hear from every one of you. Have a great week. stay out of the heat. This is KC0NSC 73, everybody. Good night. We return this repeater to normal use.
KC0WSC and E0B.
All right, everybody. Thanks for joining the net tonight. This is K6GAE, the Hillbilly Ham. Name's Dave here, where ham radio comes to life. So hopefully we'll see everybody at the next stream I do, and we'll be getting more videos up. So 73, everyone, and good evening.